Hi everybody, and welcome back to Kevin's Carvings. And what I want to do today is start showing you guys how I draw expressions to put on a lot of our wood carvings. Now this is a beginner channel. I do a lot of this on my other channel, Sticks and Stones Carvings. If you want to see more things like this, definitely go visit there. There's a lot of other drawings over there also. But if you're beginners, I really do this a lot. I really think it's great to help our wood carvings. If you can draw simple expressions, you can change up all your carvings. And it's just a lot easier to take it to the wood after you learn some of these. So try and follow along, and I'll show you a couple of simple ways to make certain things, and then we'll try to make some projects out of them. I'm going to make a simple mouth here. And I'll show you different ways that we can apply these. Maybe we'll make a bunch of expressions and we will put them on pumpkins for Halloween is probably where we're going to go with this, and I'll show you how you can do that. Now just draw a simple smile like this, and I'll show you different ways you can change all of these and mix and match everything that we do here. I am putting a book together on expressions, and I'll put those in the links. If you guys want to purchase anything that I draw, or you want to have reference and patterns, just put a wood spirit book together, and you'll find that in the description also. It's an ebook, you can download it and use everything that we do for reference. We're also going to carve a lot of these out on pumpkin faces. This right here, I'm just coloring this in, and this is how you can come up with just a simple little smile with a couple of teeth. Okay, and I'll show you how easy it is to change that up now. Alright, for instance, if we actually remove the teeth, you'll just have a simple smile line. A simple smile, I mean. Okay, say we do the same type of thing. This is just a simple mouth that you can do on lots of various projects. And you can put the teeth on top here also, and just color that in. And when you're wood carving, the coloring in would actually be, you could be painting that, you could be digging that out under the teeth like we did in a few of our videos here, and that would represent a shadow also. Okay, but you could use paint and just paint them on your projects. Okay, let me show you a simple set of eyes, and we'll try to make them expressive by just adding a few lines and facing the pupils towards each other. Okay, so just draw a little line here and a little line there. We'll give him a little bit of an expressive look by putting lines underneath his eyes like that, and by slanting some eyebrows with just some small skinny lines like so. And here you have a worried expression, especially if you put a couple little worry lines on the outside of his eyes here. Okay, now every one of these we could make a carving and put it on a pumpkin for Halloween, right? Which we'll do a couple of those. This is a beginner channel. You guys could really get a lot of good Halloween projects out of these, so we'll make sure to do some. Here's another set of eyes. Just simple stuff, guys. Alright, but the more you practice these and the more you come up with, you can mix and match mouths, noses, eyes, and come up with hundreds of different characters, and you'll never be bored when you're doing any project. You could be doing drawings, posters, paintings, wood carvings. You could use these for whatever you like, really. Just doodling and having fun and getting better at developing your art skills. See how simple, just a few lines under the eyes there, a little crooked mouth. And all because of the way we face the pupils and put a reference line here and there and shape the eyebrows, you have a whole different expression. Okay, now those are two right there. Let's do another one. I really like to go through these all the time and keep doing them, and anybody that's watching my channel knows I do this a lot. And we're going to be doing it a lot because it really does help, especially when you go to the wood. Now this right here is another two simple circles. We're facing the pupils towards each other. And let's just do a little bit jagged mouth here. Something simple, and you can shape it any way you want, but this would be a good example for a pumpkin face, alright? And it gives your pumpkin, if you carve it and paint it like this, a whole different look than most other pumpkins, you know, that a lot of people carve for Halloween. I mean, you can get as creative as you want, and by just making these simple cartoony designs, your pumpkins really pop, especially once you paint them. And they're real interesting to look at, and they're fun. They really are fun to do. And they're simple. And I think they make great beginner projects. Okay, we're going to color his eyes on the outside just a little bit here. And like I said, I'm going to start making a lot of small books with expressions in them. We'll raise his eyebrows like that. Again, give him a couple of worry lines on the outside of the eye. And you have a whole other face. Now you see 3 different faces here for 3 different characters. And you have 2 different mouths to start that are very simple. Okay. Let's try another one here. I want you to make a line like that. That's underneath. You're going to put a little U shape like that and put a pupil here. The top line there is going to, of course, be his eyelid. And let's give him a couple of eyelashes off of that. Now you have a whole other eye. Okay. Same thing on this side. We'll make a small oval shape like that. Put the eyeball underneath. And then put a little pupil facing the other one. 2 or 3 lines for eyelashes, and you got a whole other set of eyes and a whole different look. Now you can just give him 2 lines like that, or you could change them up and give him a different look than the one I'm making here. You don't even have to put noses and mouths on these things, but like I said, any little line you make is going to change the look of your character. Okay, so I encourage you to play with all of these and make them your own, or you could use the ones that I'm using. Okay, let's make a W shape for the next one. We'll make this guy look a little meaner by drawing 2 lines like that, and we'll put the dot for his iris right in the center. He looks mad already, doesn't he? So this right here is a little meaner character we're doing here. A little angrier look to him. We'll put 2 lines there. Give him a tooth. And these are very simple. You could take these and make them really interesting. Alright, I'm just going to make a triangle there and we'll color that in. Like I said, the more you play with these and the more techniques you learn and practice, you guys will be coming up with your own characters in no time. Okay, we're just going to color that in, give him a little line underneath, give him some character lines outside his eyes. And it doesn't take much to end up with a bunch of different faces, right? Like I said, the simple faces are really not that bad to carve, but they sure do change up when you're trying to think of things to carve. All kinds of different projects. You're not just doing the same guy with the mustache or the same guy over and over and over when you're doing wood spirits, for instance. You could even make these guys, each one of these, a wood spirit. Okay. But these little cartoony ones that I'm drawing here, I like to use for pumpkin faces, especially for Halloween. And I just come up with hundreds and hundreds of these and just pick whichever ones you want and get to carving and make some pumpkins. Here's another set of eyes for you. It's got big eyelids on the top. Just a simple little mouth, a line for a mouth. Alright, it just depends on the way you bend it. And a little line insinuated a bottom lip. Raises eyebrows. And you have another different expression. I mean, let's see what happens when you actually put a circle around the face, so I give you the idea of what I mean here. This guy could be an apple carving. We could make him a pumpkin. like I said, but just by giving him a shaped circle or triangle or square, whatever type of shape you want to put on him, now you can get the idea of you have a character and what you could do with these little faces that we're making here. See, this guy, for instance, could be a pumpkin. The other guy could be an apple or a pumpkin, right? Let's mess with this guy a little bit more. Look, just by adding a line, he's got a different expression again. You can put a line over here. Now he's got another different expression. You could make him more of a pear shape if you want, or make him a pumpkin that's just simply shaped circular, okay? We can connect these lines and color his mouth in. I mean, these are meant to play with until you come up with what you want. Draw a couple of lines here. Maybe some wrinkles in his forehead. And here you got 3 different characters on the bottom, but you have 3 others on the top you can mess with. I mean, we could draw circles around those, okay? And have 6 characters already. Let's draw a meaner one down here. We do a line and a line. A U and a U underneath those lines. And again, 2 dots for pupils. Simple, simple stuff. So if you think you don't know how to draw, try to follow along. You could always rewind and watch it again. I know I'm talking through it, but they're pretty self-explanatory if you just watch. I'm just making a little hook here, going back up, connecting that line and color it in for eyebrows. Okay, now this guy right here, I'm gonna darken underneath that eyeball. And again, when you're drawing, anything I darken in would insinuate a shadow when we were wood carving. You could do that with paint after you carve it with your V-tool. You could wood burn it, okay? You could use your little cone bit, giving him a little line here for his mouth. Go down to about here and insinuate his chin, and let's give him some fangs. Maybe we'll have a monster carving, or he could be a vampire. Again, I'm thinking Halloween when I do a lot of these, just simple things you guys can make. Let's close his mouth in here. Come across like this and give him another fang on the bottom. And again, I'll be making books and putting a lot of expressions in the books, so you guys could definitely go and grab a book if you like and have all kinds of these things. I'm gonna just keep drawing, and I'll save everything that I draw. You might like some better than others. Let's make a pumpkin out of this guy. But you can see how easy that simple expression, if you would make this guy a pumpkin, how different it looks than a lot of the pumpkins that you would see in the store, you know. You just give them your own personal touch. I hate coloring in with this marker here. It's gonna take me a little while, but you get the idea. You just make this whole pumpkin one big carving. You get the chainsaw out, show you how to make basic pumpkins. There's plenty of pumpkin videos out there. I've actually made a few on the other channel. Alright, but try to do some of these designs. Make them your own. Come up with characters. Practice. I mean, wood carving's an art. You're an artist, right? So we're just trying to give you ideas of how to improve some of your skills, different things to try, and to give you a little bit more of a broadened look at some of the things that you really can do that are very simple, that otherwise you would have thought you really couldn't do. I mean, these are simple characters, but if you did them on the wood, you'd be surprised how neat they look, especially when you start adding a little bit of paint. Okay? So this right here is going to be one of the first lessons on this channel. If you want to see more of these, like I said, you can always check out Sticks and Stones Carving. You can go over there and subscribe. This channel's for beginners, but I do this for all my channels. Okay? And you can see more drawings like this, learn more characters, actually slow down and do a lot of teaching on this subject. And just look what happens when you make these guys pumpkins. So I'm hoping I'm giving you ideas here at how many different faces you can come up with and the things you can do. Before you go to the wood, get a pen and paper out, practice some characters, and then draw them on the wood and have fun. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.